Hi everyone, I hope the remote learning is going well. This week we're going to trial using the video for our school newsletter. I hope to provide you with all the information you need that you would ordinarily get through our normal newsletter. We are also providing an extra page with some dates to remember and some extra information as well, so that will come through at the same time. I'm really pleased with remote learning at the moment. I'm quite amazed really at some of the work and learning that the students have been doing. I've been looking through Class Dojo and the Weebly that the older students are using as well, and even some of the stuff that's coming through on WebEx and some of the questions that students are asking their teachers are really fantastic, and it's showing that they're really keen and having a really good go at doing the best that they can in this situation. I understand that it is tough at times and it is a challenge, and that sometimes the motivation just isn't there. So certainly appreciate the predicament, I guess, that parents are in, and just really wanted to say that I'm really encouraged by all the efforts that everyone's put in at home, both parent and student. And the other people I would like to thank is our teachers, who I think have just done a marvellous job really throughout this entire remote learning period. It's been quite tricky, particularly some of those teachers have their own children that they have to manage at home, and it can really be that challenging situation where you've got your own work to do, and then you're also trying to support students or children of your own with some learning at home as well. I've been provided with some information from the Department of Education and Training regarding the return to school. I understand that some families may be feeling anxious about sending their children back to school, and the decision has been taken on the best health advice that the Victorian Chief Health Officer has at his disposal. The Victorian Chief Health Officer has said it is now safe for students, teachers and support staff to return to classrooms. He has also studied the spreading of the virus in Victoria and across the world. He has looked at what has happened in other parts of the country, as well as other countries throughout the world. And from this, he has decided that the spread of the virus in the community is quite low, and also that the spread in schools across the world is also quite low. So based on that information, he believes that it is quite safe for students to return to school. Dates to remember are Monday the 25th of May is a student free day. Tuesday 26th of May, grades Foundation 1 and 2 return to school. Grades 3 to 6 continue remote learning from home. Monday 8th of June is the Queen's birthday holiday, and Tuesday 9th of June is when grade 3 to 6 is returned to classrooms. We will have a staged return to on-site learning, starting, as I said, next Tuesday, the 26th of May. Students in grades Foundation through to grade 2 will begin, with grades 3 to 6 beginning later on June the 9th. There are some changes with the return to school. The biggest one, I suppose, is that parents are not permitted to be on the school grounds unless they have sought previous permission from myself, which I can be contacted through the school office on 51497210. The arrangements are that parents will drop their children off at the front gate and pick them up from the front gate. We have designated drop-off times for students from Foundation to 2 to minimise the number of people that are in the one place at the one time. Our Foundation students can be dropped off at school between 8:50 and 9 a.m. in the morning and collected from the front gate from 3:20 to 3:30 in the afternoon. Our students in grade 1 and 2 will be able to be dropped off at the school gate in the mornings from 8:40 to 8:50 a.m. And collected from the front gate from 3:30 to 3:40 p.m. in the afternoon. Siblings are able to be dropped off at the same time rather than waiting for their individual time slot. Bus students will also arrive and depart at their regular scheduled time. Whole school assemblies will not continue until further notice. From next week, all students will need to bring their own drink bottle to use. Our drinking taps will not be able to be used for students. Our cleaning schedule has increased, so high-touch surfaces will be cleaned twice daily, which is on top of our regular school cleaning as well. Safe hygiene practices will be reinforced and regularly reminded about students to make sure that they wash their hands and also to use the hand sanitizer that will be provided in every classroom. Any student that has a fever, cough, sore throat, or is short of breath needs to stay at home. If a student starts to feel like that at school, their parents will be contacted for them to be collected. I understand there are no known cases of COVID-19 in the Gippsland area. However, if anyone comes into contact with someone who has the virus, they will also need to stay at home. If someone at school gets COVID-19, the school will be shut down immediately and cleaned for a short period of time. In regards to student reports, a student will receive a written report at the end of the term. They will look different to how they have looked in previous years, as we're using a new modified template. Parent-teacher interviews will also take place. However, more information needs to be provided before we can hand that over to you. We have had some works done to the garden at the front of the school with some rails installed and over 100 plants planted. Thank you to Tom and Ned and their family for planting some of those plants earlier in the term. We've also had some work done to our playgrounds with some safety works completed and also a fresh coat of paint on the colourful playground to make it colourful. And lastly, a big thank you to Luke Bates, who's installed a new point post to replace the one that's missing. I'm sure that'll make a lot of young footballers happy. To this week's student profile is this young man here. He has been doing a fantastic job of remote learning, lots of great feedback from his teacher, and I thought it's really important that we get him in here and we have a bit of a chat to him. So we'll start off with your name.
Roland Taylor.
Your year level.
Grade 5.
Your favourite subject at school.
Maths.
Your favourite sport.
Footy.
Your favourite thing to do at home.
Driving tractors.
Your favourite thing about remote learning is?
So I don't get, there's not much noise and so I don't get distracted.
Good. And when we don't have social distancing anymore, what are you looking forward to doing most?
Seeing my friends.
Beautiful. Thanks, Rylan.